Greetings and salutations. So this is going to just kind of be a quick, um, after a couple hundred hours of playtime, I've come to realize a few things that need to kind of just be adjusted or altered through the jumping and switching through different ships and colony or planetary exploration and mining and just the whole gamut of gameplay. So one of the big issues is when I go to my panel, I'm always hopping back into the panel, and some of these settings like auto brake, pilot mode, um, they really need to be moved to this rotational security. Like the way this is kind of set up is this permanently stays with the ship. And when I go back to my main panel, some of these need to permanently stay with the ship, like autopilot. Because I'll with my miner, I prefer to keep pilot mode off. And then, but the problem is when I jump back in the ship, pilot mode is still stuck. Uh, it'll be off, and then so I'm constantly switching back and forth, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, and it's not hotkeyed. If it was hotkeyed, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Kind of the same thing with the thrusters. Thrusters, I probably tab in or go into the main menu, and if I could just eliminate all those menu transitions, it would lead into a better, more immersive gameplay experience. Also, I think it would be less of a load on the overall game because I wouldn't be, tab and then you know what I mean. It just would be a kind of a more streamlined experience. And by no means do I have, it's a great. I just kind of wish that some of these, this general panel, these are tied to the ship. And if they left it where it was, it would be fine. But when I transition into a new ship, it needs to stay. These settings need to stay with the ship that they're on. Like the same way, like these stay with the ship that you're on. This general tab should stay with. I think that's the solution right there. Should stay where the ship that you're on, because it's just I'm because these settings I'll have them dialed into like, let's say, the miner, and then I jump on my main ship, and then they're all kind of transferred over. And so let's check this out. I'll do the example real quick and show you what I'm referring to. Okay, so I got here, right? And what I want to do is I'm going to come over here. We'll just take a quick look. A quick look. Okay. Okay, I've landed. We're just going to take a quick look. Thrusters are off. Um, okay, I'm going to hit pilot mode. Let's go. Pilot mode is off. Hit P. Hit F, get out of the cockpit. Come down. Something else I kind of wish they would dial in is third person view also. It's like it wags. It like wags behind the camera, and so I'm back over here. I hit pilot mode. I hit F to get in my cockpit. I hit P, and these settings. No, like the thruster carried over, but the pilot mode, it doesn't carry over. It doesn't carry over. So if I put this back on pilot mode, and then I get out of this, I guess most of them carry over, but for some reason pilot mode doesn't carry over. And I come back in here, and I get in this. Okay, I hit P. Pilot mode didn't carry over. And so all of these need to carry over to whatever ship that you jump into, because each ship has its unique characteristics, and they're engineered and structured and have different velocities and vectors. Hit P, pilot mode still on. So that's kind of my biggest issue, because that miner absolutely does not need pilot mode. That thing is so incredibly squirrely. But like this big ship, it's I don't use pilot mode when I'm in combat, but when I'm outside of combat, I like to I like to use pilot mode to turn. It helps a lot with the turning. So that's I went to hit M. I want to get the Promethium. Promethium. All right. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. I mean, is there a counter? Is there a counter to this argument? Let me get my boosters up. Hit tab. Yeah. Okay. I got it set up. I'm also doing a. I'm going to put together a switch on the inside. I'm trying to get it to where my offline power consumption is reduced, and so I haven't done this yet. I've been manually going in there and turning everything off in the device when I log out, and I get about a 30 hours of offline time. And I would like to get it to where realistically it's probably closer to a week, but I don't know if it's doable, and that's with everything turned off. It's so I obviously I probably need to up my fuel tanks and my fuel capacity to compensate for that time duration, because I don't want my crops to die. I've spent a bunch of time. I got 108 grow plots in this thing, and I'm trying to get it to where I can keep those grow plots alive. All right, so as always, thanks for following. And if you have a counter to my logic, please let me know. Or if you agree with my logic, please let me know. Give me some feedback on what you think. All right, thank you.